Welcome back to, whatever this is. Not too sure. Been dead for like 300 years. That's Lydia.
And this is...
Don't say. Don't say. Anyway. Randa and Aubrie are out carving pumpkins, so...
They left us in charge.
We're going to read some ghost stories. Do you want to start? Or would you like me to read?
I love how you, like, turn into, like, a vampire. You turn into, like, a
That one guy who?
Yeah. You can start off, and then I'll try. Lydia doesn't have glasses on. Lydia needs glasses.
Perks of being dead, I guess.
True. Well, I mean, she's not dead. She's just... Emo?
Emo?
She's
got that 20/20 vision.
Oh, yeah. She's good.
All right, so we found... Richard found some ghost stories from Reddit.
Shout out to you, Glenn Coco.
You go, Glenn Coco.
For you.
This one comes from Far Promise 6205. Said, scary experience many years ago still haunts me. When I was 11 years old, in the early 1980s, I had an experience so remarkable that I remember it very often, still to this day. I'm in my early 50s now. It was a Friday evening and we had visitors, and I wanted to impress them with my pet mouse. Ew.
I beg your finest fucking pardon.
Pet mouse. The mouse just happened to be a small brown variety. Sometimes during the night, the mouse slipped out of my hands and escaped under the cabinets in the kitchen. I looked for a long time that evening, but never caught the mouse.
It's a dead mouse now. It's a ghost mouse.
Ghost mouse.
Ghost mouse.
Is that what the haunting story is? It's going to be a ghost mouse? Ghost mouse?
Your accents.
Ghost mouse. At some time in the evening, I fell asleep on the couch in the living room. It was very common for our family to stay up late watching TV on Friday evenings, and it was very common for my mother to leave me asleep, undisturbed on the couch. At approximately 3 or 4 in the morning, witching hour, I woke up, and as I raised off the couch, I could see a small white mouse running around the kitchen floor. The living room and kitchen were joined. I was very excited, believing I was finally going to catch the mouse. Oddly,
mouse
though,
was brown.
I knew it wasn't my mouse because of the color. Yet I was compelled to follow this mouse around, trying to catch it. All the while, kind of believing it was my mouse. I would get close and almost catch the mouse, but it was always a step out of reach. After several minutes of this, I realized I was now back in the living room near the front door. As the mouse got closer to the front door, I saw it swing wide open by itself, and even though I knew the mouse was incapable of opening the door, I knew it had. At this point, I was determined, so I followed the mouse out the front door, across the front of our house, and then down the side of our house. About midway to the back of the yard, I became ferried, and that's when I realized I was being trapped. That something terrifying waited for me in the backyard, and the mouse was a trick. I turned around and ran back to the front door, which was still open. When I entered the door, I realized that whatever was waiting for me in the backyard was already in the house. I don't recall seeing it. I just knew it was there. My next memory is feeling myself floating in the air with light swirling around me. Then, it was morning, and I was waking from the couch, believing I had dreamed the whole thing. 30 years later, my mother and I were talking, and the subject of the old house came up, and that's when she told me she saw me floating in the air one morning with bright light swirling around me, that she could see me from her bedroom down the hall, and that she was terrified and couldn't move. After some time, she gained courage and came to check on me, and I was sound asleep back on the couch. She kind of thought she dreamed it too, but stated she never forgot it when I shared my experience. What happened to me? I don't know, bud.
I don't know, but
What did happen to you?
Moral of that story,
Don't have pet mice.
and don't mistaken your white mouse for your pet mouse.
Right.
Number
which was
one-
gray.
Oh, I thought it was white. It was brown to white.
Yeah, your brown mouse, not gray.
Number one. Number two, if that mouse starts opening a fucking door, abort mission. Like, don't go investigate.
Back up. Do not collect 200.
Yeah.
Get out.
Don't pass go. Don't go investigate. Rule number one of any scary movie, do not go see what the noise is or why your door opened. Because it's not a mouse. And motherfucker, if I was floating and like lights were around me, this isn't a disco. Like, this isn't a fun time. This is not, no. People irritate the fuck out of me. Because if that were me, I would be like, see ya, I'm going this way.
I gotta leave.
Literally. Like, you just can't be doing that.
Why not?
Who does this?
Send the boyfriend to investigate.
Why is your text so
Do you need me to read them?
I will give this a go, you guys. Bear with me. I suck reading as it is with glasses.
If you need me to read it, I will.
No, I'm good. This is from OK Regret 9756.
Okay, regret. It's your turn.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Not one letter. I believe a spirit/demon is attached to my friend. If this was
It's me.
us, my friend who? I
friend who?
I
Bye.
don't know that person. We're good.
Have you met my boyfriend?
That's true. That's true. All right. Me and I just went to go push up my glasses. Wow.
Me and her.
Like, hello?
Hello.
Anyway, me and a group of friends visited Gypsy's graveyard, otherwise known as Southeast Grove Cemetery in Hebron, Indiana, about 3 months ago.
My intrusive thought. Can you see the wrinkles in my forehead when I do this?
What wrinkles? I don't
These
see the
ones.
wrinkles. These ones.
If I look at my forehead, can you see my wrinkles?
Oh, man. Why are you mad?
I can't see my forehead. Sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine. The history behind this place is so crazy. I suggest you look up the history behind it. There are many stories on forums, Reddit, and basic websites. It is said to be... No. But maybe we will. It is said to be cursed by Gypsy's back.
What?
Wait. It's...
Her back. Just her back. She haunts the damn place.
back
Baby got
rolls.
back.
It is said to be cursed by gypsies back in the 1800s. What's a gypsy? Is that like a belly dancer?
Oh.
We should have Googled this. Anyway.
Probably.
There
the
have
only
been-
gypsy I know is Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
I was like, okay. That's where my brain went to. There has been rituals done there, which ties into what I am experiencing, I am pretty sure. The first couple of times we went, nothing too crazy happened that couldn't be debunked. Orbs, orange light in the distance. My friend said he saw a hand behind a tree. Oh. Oh no, it's a hand. It's thing.
It's thing.
I want to say the second or third time we went, my memory isn't the best. We found a stuffed bear with its nose and eyes cut out in the middle of the woods behind the cemetery. Abort mission. Do not pass go.
Pack up and leave.
Yes. Which my friend discovered and ended up taking home for whatever reason.
That's where you fucked up.
That is where you went wrong.
That's
Pookie
where you
Bear.
fucked up.
Pookie Bear, you went wrong. Thinking back on it now, this should have been the first time something was wrong.
You think?
Amen. I haven't been back in a month. My friends went back, bear with me, recently
your friends
without
go
me
back?
to get what?
Why would you go back?
I don't know. Oh, they said they went back without her to get rid of the bear. Instead of taking it to where we found, they threw the bear into the cemetery and sped off. something I would do. But I also wouldn't take it in the first place. 7 minutes away from the graveyard, something hits the windshield of my friend's car, and he slams on the brakes and turn around. And it's the bear in the middle of the road sitting normally.
What? What?
What? I have been suspicious of something being attached to my friend for a while. At first, just off the fact he wants to keep it. He also will get strangely mad and overprotective of it when we have brought it up in the past. My friends have no reason to lie or make this up, nor would they. I know for a fact one of my friends would tell me if something was up just to scare me. I don't know what to do or what to even think. Someone please help me.
The only person that's going to help you is a Catholic priest when you go down there to get your exorcism.
Y'all need holy water.
Y'all need Jesus.
But, okay. Rule number 1, like, I hate to reference scary movies all the time, but, like, we've all seen scary movies. We all know how they end. We all know, like I said, not to investigate, not to take anything. I mean, have you not seen the movie Annabelle? Don't take the dolls or anything else.
Or the bears.
Also, this is kind of like a complete side note, but what if it was like a child cemetery and that was like a gift to one of the childs? Because, you know, like...
I mean, creepy, but exactly.
Like, you just don't take things from the cemetery. I don't care where it is. It might have just, like, blown away. I mean, it's a bear. It can't really... like fly.
Still,
you just don't do that. That's so that's sad if that was a little kid's,
right?
But then you kind of got what you deserve because you're stupid enough to take
Facts.
it. Just leave the shit. We would all be okay if you just didn't interfere.
You left shit alone.
You left shit alone. You didn't go investigate. I did pretty good reading that time.
You did good. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of me.
You go.
You go, Glenn Coco.
I was gonna say you go, Lydia.
You go, Lydia Coco.
Lydia Coco. I feel like I'm just making all. You're welcome for the ASMR listeners. Okay, next story.
Comes from Electrical Cook. What?
That sounds
Electrical
creepy.
Cook 9813.
That sounds like he is like. I can't get the words out. Like, it sounds like he's like killing people.
Cooking people and hooking them up to the electric socket.
Well, he'd do the electric socket first to like
to cook them.
to cook them, and then cook them.
His story is little girl by the rocking chair.
What? Why do you think that's a boy?
This person's story is little girl by the rocking chair. I don't know.
I'm joking. I don't care. Okay, continue.
I don't know.
Little girl by the rocking chair. Let's go.
When I was about 9, my mom and my siblings were living in my grandparents' place because of money issues. My mom, little brother, and me would sleep in the living room on a pull-out sofa.
My couch pulls out, but I don't.
Okay, Mitchell. Speaking of, thanks for letting me borrow your clothes.
You a real one.
I slept on the side of the bed next to my grandpa's rocking chair. But
This
are you good?
scared the fuck out of me. I thought this was like blood or something.
Yeah, my pants are bleeding.
And all right, motherfucker. Continue.
Next to my grandpa's rocking chair. By this time, we had been living there for about a year or so and never experienced anything weird. One night, I woke up in the middle of the night and opened my eyes. I was facing the rocking chair, and next to it, there was a little girl. There was some outside light coming through the window, so some light hit the side of her face, but not enough to reveal her entire face, which was just a shadow. Her hair was in a half ponytail, and she was wearing a white dress. And I think she was laying one of her hands on the top of the corner of the chair. I stared at this thing, and since I was laying on my stomach, I slowly wrapped my face into my arms and just started to pray. I remember my eyes closed and quivering from how terrified I was. I don't know how long I did this for, but I eventually fell asleep. Looking back, I think I was afraid that if I moved to wake up my mom, it would do something to me. I didn't tell anyone of what I had seen. Fast forward, I was now 13 and lived in a different house. I also lived in a state prone to hurricanes, and there was a hurricane that was going to make landfall. My mom invited relatives to stay with us and spend the time we shared.
Don't hurt yourself.
My mom invited relatives to stay with us and to spend the time we started sharing scary ghost stories. I started the same story, and at the end, my mom said, I saw her too. My mom shared that she saw the same little girl matching the same description, but that instead it was sitting on the rocking chair staring at us. I asked her why she never told me what she had seen, and she said she didn't want to scare me. She had never shared her experience of that night with anyone else. It felt validating, but also left me extremely creeped out.
Yeah.
That was the only time I saw her, and to this day, never saw her again. Again, children are creepy, especially the non-living ones.
They are. Like we said in one of our other podcasts, like children laughter is like
Terrifying.
amazing if you don't have children. And then if it's also in the middle of the night, like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, you
It's
hear
terrifying.
laughing. It's terrifying.
Terrifying.
It's
Even
not
if you
cute.
have children.
That is true. Oh my God. Side note completely. My daughter, when she was younger, she had this like seahorse thing that if you pushed the belly of the seahorse, it would light up and play like lullabies and stuff. Well, one night, Mitchell and I were sleeping and Ella comes into the room she's got her seahorse and she's like standing at the side of our bed with the seahorse it's on and it's just illuminating at her face, just standing
God.
there, just staring at us. And Mitchell and I are like you gonna
You're gonna get that?
you're gonna get that because I'm good.
You gonna take care of that?
She didn't say anything. She just stood there staring at us. And for the longest time, we thought maybe like she was like sleepwalking or something. But like she's done it like once or twice. And I'm terrified now because Elliot has the same seahorse.
You
And
need to get you some holy water on the side of your bed.
thankfully he's still in a crib, so he can't like. If he gets out, I'm moving out.
I'm moving out.
Mitchell, you're on your own.
Altogether, just moving out. Not investigating any sort of footage on how he got out. I'm just leaving. Doesn't matter if he learned how to climb up and over. I'm
No.
done.
Have you ever seen a child climb out of a crib?
Yes.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
I'm good. I am good.
I'm done. Also, I was listening to a podcast. I don't remember what one it was, but they were talking about kids like walking at a really, really young age.
That's terrifying too.
Have you ever seen a 9-month-old run? That would be.
Oh my God. That video you sent me.
The baby across the room.
Remember that video you sent me where that one baby was like half crawling, half walking?
Yes.
That, throw it away. Just throw it the fuck away.
Just throw the whole child away.
Or the babies that like scoot their legs as they're trying to like, you know what I'm talking about, right? They just like scoot their butt and their legs are going like this. Like,
Throw it away.
get rid of it.
The whole baby.
I don't want it.
Toss it. Gotta go.
We are so good with that. All right, next up, Academic Pen 4854. Talking to spirits. Hello, everyone.
No, we're not the spirits. You don't need to talk to us.
It's been like a month since I started to talk to spirits with the help of a piece of paper and a pen. But the first time was almost 3 months ago. What is disturbing? It's just disturbing.
Huh? What?
No, that was not English. What is disturbing is... Fuck you. It's disturbing. What is disturbing is that one of the ghosts said it was sent by my late grandmother. The second one said she was killed just in the past month and that she looks like my cousin, female. And the third is a demon. Abort mission. Goodbye. Do not pass go.
I got my own ghost story for you.
Let me finish this and then we'll get into that. And the thing is, those three won't move the pen only if my cousin or I are holding it. And the ghost sent by my grandma and the demon would answer me quickly and give me an answer or information I want, as they say they feel comfortable with me. Of course a demon's gonna tell you that. At first it was...
This one.
Thank you. Necessary to have a paper and a pen. But now they can just move my hand on any surface or on my phone. I tried also speaking with them with a spirit box app, and I got some answers. But when I record the conversation and replay it, nothing can be heard.
Of course.
Also, the ones that my grandma appeared in my dreams years ago. Aside from seeing shadows from time to time and other inexplicable events. Explicable?
Unexplainable, essentially.
Unexplainable. Then why don't you just say that? Why do we need big words?
Because they have to sound intelligent.
Stop it! Well, I don't sound intelligent when I try to read that, so... I just want to know why those spirits talk to me and my cousin, but mainly me. I would love to have someone who could explain this to me. Thank you with a red heart.
Thank you with a red heart.
I'm assuming it's a red heart because it's black and white.
Sorry.
Just guessing. I don't...
Well, the reason why is because you opened yourself to them.
Yeah, you are now a vessel. You are now a... What is it, a veil? Or is that just like the...
A vessel.
Vessel.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know anything
I'm not
about
the
this.
expert.
I like scary movies, but I don't want it to be my life. So I'm not going to go out of my way.
I was on the same boat until my boyfriend appeared in my life.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I'm good with all of it. Like, I've never played with an Ouija board. Shut up. How rude of you to interrupt.
That's a good way to get yourself possessed.
Literally. And I'm not willing, like, I'm not going to say I believe this stuff. I'm not going to say I don't believe this stuff. I'm just going to say I'm not going to fuck around and find out.
Yep.
I'm just not going to do it. And, I mean, again, I like scary movies, but I don't want it to be my life.
So, with Ricky, or I believe it's a spirit box. I'm not sure, but I believe it's a spirit box. Essentially what it does is it flips through a bunch of like radio frequencies, and that's how you hear the stuff.
Side note, your nails matches your shirt.
I was going to say that earlier, but you were in the middle of reading, and I didn't want to interrupt you again.
Oh my God, Aubrie, you didn't want to interrupt.
I'm like, what happened? What did I do?
It only took you like 20 episodes. Yay!
We're making strides.
Aubrie! Or should I say Bede?
We don't say that name here.
Don't say the B word.
Nope. Anyway.
Bitch.
You bitch. Anyway.
Yep, that's good.
So Ricky's car will randomly change radio stations.
Stop.
It doesn't touch anything. Doesn't mess with anything.
I'm just gonna
randomly changes radio stations.
Homeboy's got a shortage
on the shortage.
He's got a shortage somewhere.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that I plugged in my phone to play music on the way down to Ohio, and it would skip songs. Like, on my phone.
The ghost was like, don't like that one. See ya.
Honestly.
Dude, I can't.
We think that's what's happening. But there was one day...
Hold on, does he have the spirit box in his car? Or is it on his app, phone?
But it uses, like, radio frequencies.
Right.
So he was finally like, all right. He was on the way to work one day, and it was doing it, like, really, like, frequent. So he got sick of it and was just like, all right, like, what do you want? Like, what are you trying to tell me? And it stayed on a radio station, and then he was hearing, like, voices and stuff, and he was like, nope, and immediately turned it because like something very, very powerful and dark in order to communicate through one radio station. Like, it has to be very powerful. So he was like, nope. Like, if it was switching, he would have been all right, but it's the fact that it stayed on one, and he was like, I'm out of here. I told him he needs to cleanse his car.
Good boy for aborting mission. Second, he kind of like asked for it because he was like, what are you telling me? And then the thing starts telling him, and then Ricky's like, shh, nope. It's like, I would be so pissed off. Like, if I'm trying to talk to someone and they were like, so how are you today? And I'm like, oh, I'm good. And they just fucking like,
nope.
I'm like, oh, about me. Like, I'm great. Like, fuck you. Like, we don't care about you. I would be so annoyed.
Well, I mean, he didn't think it was just going to stay on one radio station.
What was he going to think was going to happen?
I assume they would talk to him, but...
It was trying to.
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
I'm going to ask him.
You should.
That's so... Dude, I can't.
There was one day he was on the phone with me. He's like... No. He took a video. Which... Here's the video. Anyway.
Wait. Here's the video. You can't just leave me hanging like that. What the fuck?
Anyway. So... There was one day where it would just, like... back to back, changing radio stations. Like, because at first weird. It was just every once in a while it would like, okay, I'm changing it. Okay, I'm changing it. Like, every once in a while. But it was like, it was nonstop.
That's insane. Oh, I got one for you about shortage.
Uh-oh.
In a vehicle.
Excuse you.
Thank you. My son likes to play in my car. So, like, we'll drive somewhere, it's usually always in the driveway. We'll get home, I'll park it, like the ignition's off, everything, like keys are in my hand. He'll get in the front seat and like play with the steering wheel. He'll play with like the gear shift. He'll play with the blinkers and like the lights and stuff, and like he'll flip the radio and stuff. Well, the day after, I don't know where I was. I think we were on our way to like gymnastics or something. And my car just like shorted out, it almost seemed like. Like all of the gauges on my car were doing one of these things. My speedometer, I have like the computer thing, so it like shows me. That like just went black. And then all of my lights were like flickering. Like my hazards were on. And I was like, what the fuck?
Did you ever figure out what it was?
No, it only did that one time. And I was like, I just told Mitchell about this the other day because I completely forgot about it. Because I was like, it happened one time.
Right.
Like, it was like a shortage or something. Like, maybe Elliot fucked with something. Like, whatever. But it only did that one time. But now that you're saying that, I'm like freaking out.
Do we need to cleanse the van?
What the fuck? I'm just going to go with it was a shortage. And we're just going to move past it. If it happens again, I might call Ricky.
Who are you going to call?
Ricky!
Ricky!
We gotta come up with like a name for him. Like, obviously like Ghostbusters, but like, I don't know. We gotta like come up with like a nickname.
We'll fix it.
We'll do it. All right, next.
My room, this one comes from... Mwaha! That's... Mwaha!
Yep.
Rin.
That's good. I like that one. Okay.
Says my roommate scared me and I'm still not sure what happened last night. That night, not last night.
Dude, I can't. I hate being scared like that.
Well, here we go.
Mitchell does it all the time. Have you seen any of the videos? I'll have to show you sometime.
Him scaring you?
Yeah.
Him and Ella? Yeah.
Well, mainly it's just him, but continue.
You need to do a montage of all of them.
He puts them on his TikTok now. Like, his TikTok is just him scaring me.
I love it.
Yep.
I have ideas. Get in contact with me.
I don't like this.
Anyway, so when I was in high school, I lived in a dorm in high school? Anyway, it was during exams, and I was the last one to leave the study hall around 12:30 a.m. In high school? Anyway.
That has to be a typo.
I don't know. I went to my room, and I was prepping to go to bed. We had a night light, and I had a habit of reading the Bible before I slept. Okay.
You do you.
I usually kneel comfortable, facing the pillows and... I'd kneel comfortable, facing the pillows, and right beside me was my roommate, deep in sleep. I could see her face, but it was not too bright. Okay. Are you saying her face wasn't bright, or are you saying she wasn't bright? Anyway, I was reading to myself.
Yes.
I was reading to myself, not reading it out loud. And maybe after a couple of minutes, she suddenly opened her eyes, just staring dead in my eyes.
If she recited anything from the Bible, I will shit my pants.
Just
I don't know any Bible verses, so I can't.
talking in tongues.
Yeah.
I could sense she opened her eyes through my peripheral vision, and I stopped reading. I looked at her in surprise, and she suddenly pointed her hand at me and started speaking a different language. It sounded very gibberish.
Probably Latin.
I was just looking at her in shock, trying to think what to do. She started speaking more aggressively in that gibberish language. I got scared. I called her name twice and told her to stop doing whatever she was doing.
Homegirl was possessed and she was speaking Latin.
Or else I'm going
pissed.
to report her to the sister. Oh, it was a Catholic dorm. That makes a lot more sense.
It does. Okay.
She wouldn't stop. So I shook her hard, and she slowly put her hand down and closed her eyes. What?
What the fuck?
I tried calling her again, but she didn't respond. I literally prayed with my eyes open that day, and I couldn't sleep. Next day, the first thing in the morning, I reported it to sister, and she told me to keep an eye on her. But honestly, I was so scared to even sleep beside her. I asked her if she remembered
Just one eye.
what happened, and she didn't. She got sick the next day. This happened.
Possession!
And it got worse within that week. Her parents were called and she was sent home. I still don't understand what happened that night, but it was the scariest moment of my life. I thought maybe she was sleep talking, but I never saw her doing that. And the whole atmosphere just felt very weird and scary. We had a lot of stories to talk about in the dorm, because every now and then, something scary always happened, and the fathers would visit to pray and sprinkle holy water during rounds.
She was 100% possessed.
Had to be.
100%.
No thank you.
You don't...
You know, I feel like a lot of haunted places are religious areas.
Oh, yeah. Like this Catholic school?
Yeah.
100%.
Another fun name?
My next one is from Mr. Meme.
Oh, that's not as fun.
With, like... He put, like, a little smiley face with, like, the dashes and the underscore, whatever. I need help.
Yeah, you do.
I do. I need a lot of help. I've been living in this old house for almost a month now, and strange things have been happening. At first, it was just small things. Doors creaking open on their own, cold drafts in rooms with no windows, but lately, it's been getting worse.
That's a long one.
Yippee! Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Last night, I woke up suddenly, feeling like someone was watching me. I looked around, but my room was empty. Then I heard it. A faint, rhythmic tapping sound, with fingernails lightly drumming against wood. Dude. Nope.
No, thank you.
It was coming from the far corner of the room, near the old wardrobe that was here when I moved in. This is giving conjuring, and we're good. As I got closer, the tapping stopped, but the air around the wardrobe felt heavy, almost suffocating. I reached out to open the door, but before I could touch it, I noticed something strange. A small, delicate handprint on the dusty surface, too small to belong to any adult. It hadn't been there before.
Enough with the children.
I'm so good. Freaked out, I backed away and left the room. Yep.
Finally, somebody who understands.
Yep. Deciding to sleep on the couch downstairs. But the moment I laid down, I heard soft, muffled weeping. It was coming from the hallway. I grabbed my phone for some light and cautiously stepped out, following the sound. No.
You learned and then you lost it.
It did. It led me to the front door, which was slightly ajar, even though I was sure I locked it.
Throw it away.
Throw it away. Just take the door off and throw it away.
Throw it away.
Outside, the night was eerily quiet, except for that soft crying. I looked around but saw no one. Then, just as I was about to head back inside, I saw her. A woman standing at the edge of the garden facing the house. She was wearing a long white robe with dark hair hanging limply over her shoulders. Her head was slightly bowed, and her shoulders shook as she wept.
No thanks.
Close the door, go inside,
Stop investigating.
get in your car and leave.
Let her sob on her own.
Yeah, she'll be okay, I promise. You don't always have to be the nice guy.
No.
I called out asking if she was okay, but she didn't respond. Instead, she slowly lifted her head and turned to look at me. Her face was pale, almost translucent, and her eyes were empty, hollow, filled with a deep, sorrowful void. I felt a chill run down my spine as she raised one hand, pointing towards the house. I just got goosebumps. Then,
Do not point at the house.
the small shrine I hadn't really paid much attention to before, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the garden. I couldn't move. Frozen in place by fear and curiosity, she opened her mouth as if to speak, but all that came out was a faint, choked sob. Then, just as suddenly as she appeared, she was gone, leaving only the cold night air and the faint smell of incense behind. What kind of scent was it? Like strawberry?
Strawberry.
This morning, I went out to the shrine. It looked old and neglected, with a thin layer of dust covering the stone surface. As I cleaned it, I noticed a faint engraving of a name I couldn't quite make out.
Of course.
Worn down by time. Next to it, there was an offering bowl, dry and cracked, with remnants of what looked like long, decayed flowers. I have a feeling this spirit is trying to tell me something, but I'm not sure what. The clues, the small handprint, the shrine, the weeping woman, what do they all mean? It's her grave. That's just my side note. That doesn't say it in here. Does anyone have any idea what kind of spirit this might be or what she wants from me? Any advice on what I should do next? Move.
Uh-huh.
Don't
That
even-
house is hers. Leave
Yeah.
it to her. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
So, do you want to come back on Halloween?
Let's do it.
All right. I think we're actually going to make it to our first bonus episode.
Yeah, no kidding. Sorry about the last one, guys.
Oops.
Hey, it happens. It happens. We weren't prepared. Sickness happens. We are also people outside of this. Things happen.
I'm not. I've been dead for 300 years. Anyway.
Tell me how you really feel.
I've been dead for 300 years.
Anyway, I guess we will see you guys back on Halloween, which is what, Thursday?
Yes.
Thursday. Come back for our bonus episode.
Woo!
And
Where we share the rest of our ghost stories.
Yeah. Love you. We hope you have a fabulous couple of days, and we will see you on Thursday. Bye!
Bye.
Oh, I can't do that too much. I'm going to lose my hair. I'm going to lose my
My
toupee.
hair. My hair is
I whip
the
my
show.
hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and... My hair is the show. No,
Anyway.
it's that forehead.
I am the show.
It's the wrinkles. It's showtime.
It's showtime.